Hey guys, Bayside Dave here. Got a nice tog yesterday, so I'm going to fillet it. If you're not sure about how to fillet a tog, I'll show you how I do it. So here we go. Get under the fin here. Knife on an angle to the head. Make sure that cut goes all the way down. Oop. The bottom here. I like to open up the skin so when I run my knife through, it comes right off. The fillet comes right off. Come down from the head here. Just poke the tip of the knife in. Go right along the dorsal here, all the way down. Once I get down to the tail section here, I run the knife all the way through, keeping it around top of the backbone. Come right out. Start again at the top here. Make sure the knife is against the bones. Nice easy sweep down until you feel that backbone. Okay, now I like to peel up, take a look. Go along the backbone there, just the tip of the knife along the backbone. Get it up off the bone there. Now the tog here, this whole section here, the ribs come almost up to the skin and go around the guts. So there's not a lot of meat there. Back around here is where the meat continues on. So I'll go right around there and finish that fillet down towards the bottom there. Now we're up along that. Now we're up along that rib cage. Depending on the size fish, I'll either just cut it right up at that point, all the way up, or I'll try to go along the rib cage if I feel there's any meat there. That's what we're doing. We're just going to go along the rib cage there. See how easily a nice sharp knife works. Now it doesn't look like we have much meat there, so I'm just going to come right up from the bottom, go right across, and that's your fillet. As you can see, these are the rib bones. There wasn't much meat there, so it wasn't even worth trying for. Get stuff in my bucket. And I flip the fish over and do it again on the other side. On an angle towards the head. Nice sharp knife. Go up along the dorsal here with the point of the knife. Right down the tail. Get that skin loosened up. Now if the fish is the other way, we're just coming from the tail. Keep tight along the bones there, up to the head, up along that backbone. Up along that backbone there with the tip of the knife. Continue on the other side of the backbone, staying tight to the bones. Get as much meat off as you can. Now we're up by that rib cage again. Like I said, the smaller fish here, there's not a lot of meat there. So what I'll do is I'll just come right up. Cut that skin right up along that bone there, that rib cage there, and you get that other fillet. See, that's that rib cage I was talking about. Not much meat there. All right, drop that in the bucket. Get stuff off. And then I like to skin it. So I just like to bring it right to the edge of the table here. Looks like we have a little extra stuff here. I'm just going to get rid of before I skin it. Get the thinner knife. I find it runs along this section pretty easy. right along flat to the skin. Keep your, just follow up with your fingers and keep the skin pinned down to the cutting board. Nice sharp knife, just glides right through it pretty easily. I'm not really working too hard, just pushes right off. There you go, nicely skinned. Move this up here. Let's get the other one down here. There's some of that from that rib cage area. Get that right off. Tail section. I always start with the tail section. Fingers down here. Right tight to the skin. Follow that knife up with your fingers. And there you go. Another nicely skinned piece. Now on these fillets here, up towards the head area here, right before that, where that rib cage was, you get pin bones that run kind of down the center here for a couple inches. Just run your finger along and you can feel them poking through, and they kind of run on an angle like this. So bring your knife right to this side of the pin bones and just cut right down. Get rid of them pin bones. Now on a larger fish with a larger fillet, I'll just run along the pin bones again on the other side here. Come to a point. Get rid of that little strip of pin bones there. You can see where they started on the bottom there. Get rid of that. And you feel again. Don't really feel any pin bones there anymore. They're all gone. Now this is a smaller fillet. A little piece like that, sometimes I'll cut off. I'll just leave it on. Now along the top here, you can see the white, the meat is a little white there. It's not good eating. So just kind of on an angle. Just kind of trim that off nice. There you go. Any loose pieces of meat, just take right off. It was only about a 3-pounder, so not a lot of meat on this, but decent thickness. Nice serving there. That's done with that one. On the other side here, got the tail section here. It's very thin. Ended up with a bunch of really thin meat here. Just take that right off. So you got a little grunge here that happened on top. Cut that off. Turn it. This is where the head was. This is where the rib cage was. So along that section there, you can feel those pin bones. It runs back to about here. So on that angle, just push straight down. Take those pin bones right out. You can see not a lot of meat is left on that section there. Don't be afraid to take a little meat off. It's not, you're not going to make you starve. That's all the pin bones gone. And there's a bit of a thinner piece of meat there. That's not going to cook very well. Just take that right off. Like I said, bigger fish, that'll be a bigger strip, and you'll leave that on. Feel it again. See if there's any pin bones still there still. Nope. Pretty clean. Like I said, the top end of the fish here, that little bit of white translucent meat there. Let's take that right off. Doesn't cook very well. Right in the bucket. There you go. A couple nice fillets. Ready for lunch.